Virgil Hill stopping Jones in his track with the left jab. Plenty to cheer for on both sides of the ring.
I'm not. Okay, you don't warm down a little bit now. Look, you're hitting him with your jab. Keep using your jab. The 1-2 is working. Just stick to that. Just keep shooting that 1-2. If you're hurting bad, with your right hand, go ahead and follow up. Until the end, just give me the 1-2. Give me the 1-2. But you're dominating with the jab. You're hitting him with the jab now. You got him froze. He out of his fight plan. Stick with the jab and the 1-2. If you hit him with a 1-2 and he curl, go down to get your body real strong, okay? Okay, give me a little run.
Seconds down.
Jones's popular trainer, Alton Murkerson, saw his son, Ron, drafted out of Colorado in the 5th round by the New England Patriots last week. Inside linebacker. Here comes Hill to begin round 4 against Roy Jones.
There you go.
Virgil Hill is doing a lot of footwork, and when you got the power and the size like that, you got to move forward. You don't need to box.
Harold Butterman, how do you have it scored through the first 3?
Jim, I got it 3-0, 30-27, Roy Jones Jr. Jim, I got to tell you, it's the boxer against the puncher. And unless Freddie Steinwinder is hitting Virgil Hill, somebody's making Virgil Hill's eyes swell up. I'm telling you, Roy Jones is not missing him with that right hand. He's whacking him with it. He constantly throws a right-hand lead that lands on the left side of Virgil Hill's head, and it's hurting Virgil Hill. No question. Virgil Hill is popping a jab, but just like Foreman said, he doesn't throw a right hand behind it. So far, it's Jones's power over Hill's jab.
Whoa! Right to the body, down.
Unheard of. Unheard of.
Only the 3rd time Hill's ever been down. He's holding the kidney area on the right side.
10.
And Steinwinder
Unheard
the
of.
fight. First time Virgil Hill's ever been knocked out. Roy Jones did it with a right hand to the body.
I've seen it all.
That's one of the few hard body shots I can recall Roy Jones ever throwing, much less ending a fight with.
Unheard of.
Normally not a body puncher.
Didn't he knock out Glenn Wolfe with a body shot as well? Long time ago back in Vegas?
Well, I said one of the few. But he never has done it against a world-class opponent that I can recall.
This is a world-class opponent being knocked out by a body shot.
This is one heck of a body shot. I mean, this was a perfect, clean shot to the right of the rib cage, and here's another look.
Larry, tell us about this, please.
Well, it was just a sudden shot underneath the jab instead of over the jab. Through the first 3 rounds, Virgil Hill had been seeing Roy throw the punch, throw the right hand over the jab. This time he elected to throw it under the jab and just caught him in a very vulnerable spot.
What does it feel like, George? What does it feel like when you get hit there?
Boy, I tell you, there's nothing like it because it actually paralyzed your body for the second. All you're thinking about is recovering from the pain. And that's what he's thinking, how do I recover?
Okay.
It's not about defending yourself.
Fighters describe that to me as feeling as though a knife has just been passed through your ribs.
It's paralyzing it because it takes
And
your
from
breath.
the waist down, your legs can't move, right?
Yeah, it's shock. It's physical shock.
So a lightning knockout in the 4th round for Roy Jones. 1 punch knockout on a body punch. And quickly, let's go up to Michael Buffer for the official particulars on this one.
Referee Fred Steinwinder III calls a halt to the bout. Following the 10 count, the official time, 1 minute, 10 seconds of round number 4. The winner by knockout victory from Pensacola, Florida, he is Roy Jones Jr.
A significant campaign stop in Roy Jones's bid to be seen as the best pound-for-pound fighter in the world. He knocks out an excellent, well-conditioned opponent, Virgil Hill, with a body shot in the 4th round. And George Foreman, that in the eyes of some is going to bolt him back to the top of the heap.
I tell you, as I said, Ronnie Spears said, you can't box trot. He was flat-footed and he hurt this guy.
Final punch stat numbers. CompuBox observations show Roy Jones landing 34 of 69 power punches. That's pretty much his norm. He lands more than half of his power punches. And Virgil Hill only threw 30, landing only 11. And you saw those right hands, which were not heavy blows. Jabs, you know, and of course this is window dressing for Jones, who doesn't normally use the stick that much, but went to it in the 3rd and 4th rounds tonight when trainer Alton Merkerson asked him to do so. So he built his stats up on the jab, landing an uncharacteristically high 49%. Virgil Hill was doing what he wanted with his jab for the first 3 rounds. He couldn't keep Jones away from him when it mattered most in the 4th. Let's go to Larry Merchant with the winner.
All right, and the winner is Roy Jones. Congratulations, Roy. Frequently we've seen in your fights that if you don't hurt the guy in the first round, you look to settle down, get him when you can. But it seemed you were much more intense from the start till that dramatic finish tonight.
Haven't fought. Well, first of all, I take time out to thank God for giving me the strength, the wisdom, the help around me, supply me with the people and the utilities to do what I do. But what it was I haven't fought in a while. You know, I've been a little rusty, haven't been doing things, so I want to get myself into the groove of it. But I know that I'm too powerful for Virgil Hill. I was much too strong. I'm a big puncher. So I figured, why waste time boxing? If I box, that's what he wants to do. Don't box him, let's go get him.
Okay, now we want to talk to you about the punch that ended. You're not noted as a body puncher, but throughout the fight, it seemed you were throwing right hands over his jab. At that occasion, it was under it. So let's take a look at a replay of what happened there, and you describe it. Was it a kidney punch?
I don't know what it is. That's a good body shot there. It's right on the side. I mean, it could be called whatever, kidney punch or whatever, but when I go up on his jab and throw my punches, I can't sit there and guide it. I mean, I don't care what he called it. In boxing, we have to take those. I get hit with them all the time. And in fact, I get hit further back than that. That's a legal shot to me because that's
No, it is a legal shot. Nobody is claiming otherwise.
Okay.
But were you conscious of the fact that you had been throwing right hands over his jab and that he was opening up for that underneath?
Very much so. That's why that's the first right body shot I threw the whole fight, because I wanted to get him used to jabbing and stuff. I knew he was going to keep jabbing. I was trying to hit him over the top, but I said, since I can't go over the top, let's go underneath, baby.
Up until that point, were you surprised that he was as aggressive behind his jab as he was?
No, because that's basically his best punch is his jab. I knew he had a good jab. I knew his jab would cause some problems early because Virgil Hill has been noted his entire career for a jab. He's a boxer. So when you fight, the whole thing is you fight a boxer and you box a fighter. He's a boxer, so I had to fight him. I don't go into our jab. I go in to beat him.
Normally, when you go into a ring with a guy like this, you're content to let the pace play out, as I observed before. Were you looking for some dramatic statement because you are very jealous of your reputation, which people were tending to forget because you had been away from the ring for so long?
No, it's just that I haven't fought in a while, and I think some people probably thought that, well, he's probably slacking now, and we probably can beat him, so let's try him. I wanted to fight Virgil long ago, as you know, but the fight never materialized, so I said, you know what, I'm going to go out here tonight. I'm not going to box Virgil because he's a boxer. I'm going to go ahead and fight him and get the fight over with.
Just one more question about that body punch, because it was so devastating, and it's so seldom that we see a one-punch body punch knockout. Were you aware, while the fight was going on, that a body punch can be that devastating even? Because I don't remember the last time you have done anything like that.
Let me tell you something. See, this is why I know that I am pound for pound the best fighter in the world. I don't like to argue it, but I beat the best fighters. You know what I'm saying? You stop Virgil Hill in 3 rounds. I mean, come on. You know what I'm saying? That tells you. I'm a good puncher. I'm a good fighter. I don't even argue with it no more. You know, I just sit back and take it easy. I love doing what I do. I love the Gulf Coast. I love the whole world. I love all my fans. I appreciate boxing and performing for people. And
some people, including your own trainer, have questioned whether you still have the passion to be the best and to do what you do. Are you saying now that after a fight like this against a world-class opponent that you feel that great feeling you had when you were younger in the ring?
No, I don't have that feeling still. I mean, it's hard to get that feeling, especially when you're at home training. You got a lot of distractions. I dealt with a lot of distractions before this fight. I've been dealing with a lot of distractions for a long time now. And, you know, if I'm happy, if the situation is right for me, then I can get that feeling back. Right now, that situation is not really the best, so I'm just doing what I got to do to get by.
Who do you think you're going to fight next, Roy?
I don't know. Whoever HBO decides they want me to fight, if they come, get with me, Marauder, whoever, Fred 11, Stan 11, all of us are still together, get with us, let us know what they want to do. I'm always interested in performing for people. You know, I'm a good fighter. I enjoy what I do. I thank God for giving me the talent to do what I do. I love the fight. I just want the conditions to be right for Roy Jones Jr. because after boxing, Roy Jones Jr. does have a life to live still. So I want my situation the best for me, and I can do what I got to do.
Thank you very much, Roy. You know, Roy often talks about his humble, quiet life on the farm outside of Pensacola. But coming into this fight, he insisted on a Rolls Royce from the backers of the fight. That was a Rolls Royce of a body punch. Jim?
All right, Larry, and for the last totally academic observation, all three judges had Jones with a shutout, winning each of the first 3 rounds up to the point of the knockout. Speculation is that the next appearance will be against a man named Graziano Roscigiani, who is, despite his name, a German. He's one of the 3 light heavyweight champions of record, along with Reggie Johnson and Louis DeVal. So there's a message out on the boxing internet tonight for fighters like Oscar De La Hoya and Prince Nassim and Evander Holyfield and any other contenders for that best pound-for-pound fighter in the world title. He's back. Roy Jones with another thunderous knockout. We'll have a final word on what happened here in the ring in just a moment. Now let's look ahead to some upcoming programs on HBO.
To destroy your enemy, you must find him, face him, and then become him. Nicolas Cage.
This is between us.
John Travolta. Face Off. Saturday, May 2nd. Somebody once said, a little hard work never hurt anyone. Tell that to these guys. Undefeated sensation Sugar Shane Mosley punches in with a vengeance to defend his title against seasoned slugger John Molina, the man who went the distance with the Golden Boy. Plus, it's his toughest job yet. See if Olympic hero David Reed continues his golden winning streak in a rumble with Nick Rupa. Live Saturday, May 9th. Hard work might hurt, but it pays off. HBO Boxing After Dark.
Boxing After Dark continues May 30 with a heavyweight doubleheader featuring 2 of the division's brightest prospects. Michael Grant, who will take on Obed Sullivan, and Chris Bird, who will meet Eliezer Castillo. And join us May 19th for the next installment of Real Sports with Bryant Gumbel. Featured in this edition, an investigative report on the continued use and possible risks of chewing tobacco among Major League Baseball players. A profile of the original exercise guru, Jack LaLanne, still going strong at 83. What a beauty. Plus a hard-hitting examination of how the new Arizona Diamondback Stadium was financed with public tax dollars without ever allowing taxpayers to vote on the issue. Real sports where nothing is out of bounds. Just a few moments ago here on the Mississippi Gulf Coast, Roy Jones knocked out Virgil Hill at 1:10 of the 4th with a vicious body shot in what we imagine is a matter of routine observation. Virgil Hill has been taken away in an ambulance to go to a nearby hospital. We are told there's a possibility that Hill has a broken rib, and if so, he'll be treated for that at the hospital. Coming up immediately following tonight's coverage of World Championship Boxing, stay tuned for HBO Comedy Half Hour, Jeff Stilson, followed by Hollow Point on the East Coast and the premiere of Selena on the West Coast. So now for Larry Merchant, George Foreman, and Harold Letterman, I'm Jim Lampley saying so long from the Mississippi Coast Coliseum and Convention Center in Biloxi, Mississippi. The executive producer of HBO Sports is Ross Greenberg. Tonight's telecast of World Championship Boxing was produced by Rick Bernstein and directed by Mark Payton. The feature producers were Adam Berger and Max Siegel. The associate producer, Kendall Reed. Assistant to the producer, Thomas Erdelfelt. The production manager was John McKelly. And the technical supervisor was Bob Hunter.
This has been a presentation of HBO Sports, the network of champions.